Writer's notebook is ready. Turn to a brand new page. You're going to call it editing, and you will be taking down some notes on what you're going to look for in your writer's notebook in your restaurant review, as well as future assignments. You can always come back here and check this out to see what kind of things you need to be editing for. But before I show you that list, I just wanted to demonstrate that when you're writing, it really is a good idea to make some editing, make some changes, try to make things the best that you can. This is a real piece of writing that I'll be sharing with you later when we do our memoir. And it's got this whole thing, am I going to cut this? I don't know. This is pages and pages. I don't know if this is something I wanted. I'm changing words here as I go over it. This is a part of what you should be doing when you go through and edit. Do not forget to try to make your writing the best that it can be. Alright, make your page look like this. Title it Editing. And you want them right down. You're going to check for and put little check boxes here. So as you go through and look at your paper, you can check them off when you're finished. Check for spelling. If you're writing it electronically, you really need to read it over again or have somebody else read it, because your word processors that have spell checks are not going to recognize synonyms. They will recognize the word T-H-E-I-R and not know that you're supposed to be using the word T-H-E-R-E or the other one, T-H-E-Y''R-E. So it is a very good idea to check it for spelling, even if you think you've got it right, because you're doing it digitally. Check for punctuation. If I put periods at the end of sentences, have I put commas where they belong? If you're writing it digitally, there should be 2 spaces after the end of a sentence. That's a nice sound. Hits a little too close to home, doesn't it? Alright, that brings us to capitalization. If you're talking about the name of a restaurant, the name of your server, any proper nouns, make sure they get capitalized, as well as the beginning of every sentence. And don't forget the capital I. There are still some people every once in a while that don't do that. Now this one might sound a little strange. Verb tense agreement. I've read far too many essays over the years where students will change the verb tense throughout the essay. They might start with the first paragraph being in past tense. We went to the restaurant and had a good time. And then all of a sudden in the middle of it, it's going to be future tense. When will our food get here? And then it's going to be present tense at the end. It is a great place to go. You want to keep your tense the same, consistent throughout your essay, whatever it is. In the case of the restaurant review, it's best to put it in present tense, all right? Let me highlight that for you here. You want to make sure it's in present tense. Okay, there's my present to you. It is a great restaurant. It is fun to be there. The atmosphere is lively. You walk into the place and the food smells great, okay? So keep that in mind. Other things, it depends on what you're writing, but no matter what it is, keep the tense, in agreement. And finally, of course, you don't want to have any dead words. A restaurant review, in case you haven't noticed it, is kind of like a persuasive essay. You are trying to convince somebody either to come to a restaurant or not to go to a restaurant. So don't say those I think, I feel, it might have been a good hamburger, be consistent about it. It was a horrible hamburger, it was a great hamburger. All right? Is great on that list? I don't think so. I think great is better than good. All right. So let me move this down here where it belongs. For your restaurant review, you want the verb to be present all the time. It's happening right now. And that's it. Happy editing.